Just half an hour, and India's batting has folded up for just 224. 20 runs, 4 wickets, and that's it. 224 with Gus Atkinson taking 5 wickets. You don't need a Chris Wokes to ensure that you remove the remainder of the batters. But yes, another sorry performance from the Indian tail when you look at it. Karun Nair tried, could not go past his 57. So yes, it remains his first 50 ever in his cricketing career. So Karun Nair 57, Washington Sundar tried.
I think I was the one to jinx it. I'm not really going to shy away to admit it, because as soon as Siddharth and I reached office, I told him he's probably getting 100 today,
And boom, next ball.
and boom.
He's out.
Yeah.
And yeah, South Africa, take note, he jinxed you on June 29th then. So yeah, it's, yep, 224, but you did see that the ball was zipping around. Today it has quickened up the
Yeah,
over wicket. And the over conditions are a mixture of cloudy plus sunny, but the rain threat today is not that much. So that is why.
Just a passing shower also. Yeah.
Yeah, just a passing shower. But yeah, what do you say about the Indian batting? Because see, Karun Nair was undone by a delivery that you got it in. You got Washington Sundar undone by a short delivery. The tail in the form of Prasid, in the form of Akashdeep, they just couldn't hang on. Gus Atkinson got one delivery to swing back in, bowled Akashdeep, and Prasid Krishna undone. So that's why it is not looking good for the Indian team, especially the batting. Yet again, it has come a cropper. And yeah, Mr. Creator, you're right. This is the lowest first inning score in this series.
In this series. Yeah, I think for India's batting, specifically now in the morning session on day two, I'm not really going to, blame Karun Nair here, because it was a unplayable delivery. Yes, maybe the gap between the bat and the pad that he had was literally too much, but then it was more of a setup that Josh Tung had, just trying to make sure that he got one to nip back in, and Karun Nair was actually playing for the outswinger there. So more of a setup. It can happen to even the best of the batters. Washington Sundar, he has played that pole shot multiple times in the series. He has been on on the winning side here as far as playing that pole shot is concerned. But overall, I think the tail, it's once again the sorry state of affairs that has continued. You have had this Indian tail in overseas conditions that even if you're batting until 8, the remaining 3 batters, they are not really contributing at all. I think in fact there was one of the stats also that was that came to light, in case of Bumrah, that he has had the most number of ducks, I think, by a batter in the last maybe 3-4 years or so. Not impressive at all. 224 looks to be under par, irrespective of the conditions here, irrespective of the fact that India still have a good seaming attack. But I think 224 is something that you would not really have expected. Anywhere around maybe 280, 300 would have still been a good score. But I think India, for me, at least are about 60 runs short.
Well, if you look at the nibble that is there on the Lord's way, on this oval wicket, see, England also will be tested in these conditions for the very first time. And they have also not had rather tough conditions at this stage. And many people were very bullish. Today, they were bullish on 2 people. Yeah, yesterday on Sai Sudarshan. Today, the villain of the last 4 test matches is now proving to be the hero for them in Prasid Krishna. Prasid on this wicket, maybe he can get some lateral movement, because see, for this wicket, if you look at incoming delivery, the bounce, perhaps then that might ensure that England struggle for the runs. But this is going to be a low scoring game when you look at it. I don't see it going all the 5 days here, barring rain. But it is nibbling around a lot. Akashdeep will have a vital role in this. I think it will be Siraj, Akashdeep who will ensure that they begin first. Or will they give it to Prasid? That is what you'll have to
I think you have to actually hand the new ball to Siraj and Akashdeep. Akashdeep has to bowl with this new ball, because he's probably India's best chance of making a comeback into the series as far as the team is concerned. See, we all know what he did at Edgbaston. The conditions weren't really the best for the bowlers, but he then got just the right amount of swing that he needed in those conditions. Unfortunately, could not do well at Lords, but it can happen because you take some time to adjust to the slope. Was injured for the 4th test, but now Akashdeep, in the absence of Bumrah, I think he is really going to be the heart of India's attack here, because Mohammad Siraj, with all the workload that he has shouldered in the first 4 test matches, I think those are going to be those tired shoulders. And for Prasid Krishna, he can be a little wayward at times. In fact, he can be a lot wayward. But one thing that we can expect from him this time around is that he'll probably step up more. He'll probably get more swing or more purchase out of this wicket, and the only thing that India need out of him is to make sure that even if he does not take a plethora of wickets, he sticks to the consistent line and length, because 224 is not really a big total.
I mean, I can see that there is a lot of enthusiasm still. Like, how can you say it is under par?
Yeah.
Because I think it was, I don't remember who, Ashish Chandile, I think, with those entire, when you look at his caps lock typing, that is something this current generation needs to avoid, caps lock typing. But then I'll answer that question. In 2021 Oval, India got all out for about 190, and England couldn't mount a fight back, and that's how they lost that test match. What has changed from 2021 to 2025 when you look at the Oval? Firstly, I think personnel, if you look at it, that time Shardul, Jasprit and everybody and all, they bowled in tandem. They had the right team combination. Here, I don't think you have the right team
Absolutely.
combination.
You have about, I think, three seamers, and three seamers should be good enough to do the job for you. But in such kind of green conditions, there was no need of maybe going with two spin bowling all-rounders, but then you could not really drop Jadeja and Washington Sundar after what they had done in the previous test match. I think India needed four spinners, and I think Siddharth, as he mentioned about the Oval test, in that test, India actually they considered a 100-run first innings lead. They were bundled out for 190 odd. England scored about 290, and from there on, it was the 100 that Rohit Sharma scored, and 50 odds were there.
See, this pitch is not going to go that way. I don't think it is not going to happen in that sense, because this pitch will get quicker and it could deteriorate. Today, you may have the last roll of the dice when you have to look at the bowling attack, because today, if you don't manage to bowl England out, then I think if they get a lead of about 100, 150, and I think it's game over. You can't continue to bat with positivity in this match at this point in time. But many people are not happy with the Karun waste opportunity.
I don't think
Mohammad
that it was a wasted opportunity at all. In fact, he is your highest scorer in this match. I think wasted opportunity was in the first couple of test matches or so, wherein he could not really convert his 30-40 odds into those big scores. Karun has looked good, so far this series. I'm not really going to deny that. He has looked one of India's most assured batters. But somewhere down the line, it's just happened with him that he gets that delivery, isn't really able to negotiate it, and is out. But today, I think it was literally an unplayable delivery. I can literally, bet anything on this, that 9 out of 10 times, I think the batters would not have really been able to negotiate it.
No, but then you know what the problem is with Karun Nair? I don't agree that he looked assured. Because on those flat wickets, he threw away his wicket when you had the perfect opportunity to capitalize it. And that is why, if you look at it, scores not more than 20 or 22 in Leeds. He struggles even in Oval. He struggles even in Lords. He struggles even in Manchester, in Edgbaston. Now here he's got 57. But then if you had carried on, then I think it is going to be a really... He got to silence the critics at this point in time. But it's a problem. I mean, 224, maybe if you look at it, if the England batters get all out for 160 or something, I don't think it would have happened in that sense. So let's see. Let's reserve our judgment on Karun Nair at this point in time. And looking at, I think Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett have come out to bat. And you got 1 hour left for the lunch break. You got 1 hour 20 minutes for the lunch
about
break.
About 1 hour 20 minutes,
Yeah. So Sarat Chandra, do you think tongue bowling is a ploy? Why does this keep on going up and up? Something. Do you think the ploy of bowling tongue? I mean, the way he was erratic, but now he's managed to get it. Was it a ploy? No, I don't think so. You had 38 extras conceded. How crucial will that be? That's also going to be very important, because 38-14, India got bundled out for under 200 if you hadn't conceded the extras.
Yeah, so there's one more comment that Sai is better than Karun. I think if you take a look at the numbers, if you really have to go by the stats of this series,
you still have 1 innings though.
You still have 1 innings though, and Karun Nair, I think, is still done pretty well in this test match. Wasted opportunity in the first couple of matches or so, but this time around, I think he has been good in testing conditions.
Yeah, so that is why it's a big problem, and this is a tough pitch. It's not going to flatten out that much. Plus, you got the weather consistently, you got the rain and everything. So that is why you'll find out if England can't cope up with the conditions, then they have laid their own trap by which they simply just cannot go on at this stage. So yeah, let's see how England prosper at this point in time, or will they be blown away by the trio of Prasidh, Akash and Boom and Siraj. Why the Bumrah has been released from the squad.
Yeah.
So yeah, so soon though. I am wondering. So yep, it'll be Sarachan Pujara said it'll be even tough to bat on day 3 and 4. Yeah, and SS, have you bothered asking the management why playing with only 3 fast bowlers? See, that is the question that the management will have to answer. They believe in this. They have won 2 games. They don't care about the other results. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us. We'll join you for the lunch interval at 5:30 p.m. IST. Let's hope the weather stays away and we have an uninterrupted play today. Bye bye.